In the early 1970s, the new craze was martial arts, and Kung Fu led the way. And in the world of comics, Marvel were on it. DC were half-hearted in their adoption of the genre, and it was left to Marvel to successfully create the best Kung Fu comic of all time, The Hands of Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu. Eastern popular culture was steeped in martial arts, and movies featuring heroes like Wong Fei-hung were commonplace. In the West, Hollywood had dabbled in martial arts with unlikely proponents such as old man Spencer Tracy and Frank Sinatra, who truly did it his way. The Bond films also dabbled in martial arts to add exotic flavour to their formula, and an unlikely counterculture hero appeared in the guise of peace-loving, hippie kung fu fighting cowboy biker Billy Jack. The one true proponent of the art in Hollywood was a supporting player on the short-lived Green Hornet TV show, Bruce Lee. Robbed of starring in the show Kung Fu that he developed to be replaced by the lethargic long-limbed westerner David Carradine, Lee left Hollywood and went to Hong Kong to do things his way, and starred in a short string of movies before his death in 1973. Enter the Dragon, his only big-budget Hollywood movie released after his death, was to be a major influence on everything that followed. Lee played a martial art master come spy, and that was to become the template for Marvel's Master of Kung Fu. It was essentially a mixture of Bond, Enter the Dragon, and the philosophy of the TV show Kung Fu, but it was earnestly and honestly done, creating a unique and entertaining title that lasted 125 issues. Originally created by Steve Englehart and Jim Starlin, it was a team of Doug Moench and Paul Gulacy that took it to its heights, with artists such as Mike Zeck and Gene Day adding to its status as a definitive Kung Fu title. The character of Shang-Chi killed in his father's name for the greater good of mankind until the truth of his father's evil ways was revealed to him, and then he became his father's greatest enemy. This issue is a filler issue drawn by Sal Buscema to cover for Gulacy's lateness. Paul Gulacy's detailed artwork made it difficult for him to make monthly deadlines, and filler issues were not uncommon. And as filler issues go, it's pretty good. Sal Buscema is a solid professional artist, and along with Moench delivers a well-drawn and structured story. It offers a flashback to the lead character Shang-Chi's life. It's not an essential read, but as one of the lesser issues it proves a point that Bronze Age Marvel could deliver thoughtful and intelligent standalone issues when they had to deadline. Shang-Chi was tied to the Fu Manchu books of Sax Rohmer, and the characters from those books made up his supporting cast. Fu Manchu was his father, and he battled against him for years. When Marvel lost the rights to Fu Manchu and retconned Shang-Chi, they lost what made the stories unique. There hasn't been a single iteration of the character since the book's original run was cancelled that feels like the original, with the exception of a Max miniseries by the original creators, Moench and Gulacy, featuring a character that looks like Fu Manchu but is never named. And that's what was in my long box this week. Hands of Shang-Chi number 41 by Doug Moench and Sal Buscema, with a terrific cover by Dan Adkins. This episode of Wullie's Long Box has been brought to you by Elsa Dark Werewolves and Bam Pots, launching on Halloween on Indiegogo.